Shalom, brothers and sisters. I'm coming back at you once again, and I'm just going to talk to you real briefly about a topic me and a brother was talking about just the other day. And shout outs to brother Kama from Pennsylvania. Shalom unto you, brother. We was talking about yesterday about a situation that happened in a brother's life, but not to go into details. I don't want to put his business out there like that. But it just goes back to respect for one another, talking about you Negroes and Latinos, about how we're just so quick to disrespect one another, violate one another, rob from one another, shoot one another, terrorize one another, gang bang against one another. And you can't go through this hood, you can't go through that hood, or you'll get terrorized, you'll get chin checked, whatever and however you want to call it. But it just boggles my mind how when we're so quick to kill one another and beat each other down, and we not only that, man, we write songs about it. Biggie Smalls and Tupac were great iconic hip hop figures, back in the 90s, in the era that I grew up with. And, at that time, I had a lot of respect for both individuals. They were very talented artists. And one was representing the East Coast and one was representing, the West Coast. But it just, even that, him and Pac was going back at it. Biggie, had a CD that he wrote back, Ready to Die. And why is that, when it comes to us, we're ready to die. We're ready to bang our set. Shoot each other's mama, shoot each other's father, babies, and everything. But when the so-called white man goes across your head with a billy club, or even takes it as far as killing you, shooting you in the back while you're handcuffed, everybody wants to march. Nobody's ready to die then. I mean, how is that? How is it that you're ready to take a bullet? You're ready to ride for your homies. Bullets are bullets, whether it's from the so-called black man or whether the so-called white man, the Edomites. So how is his bullets so much more severe than your bullets, or you taking a bullet? But it just really goes to show you that we're the perfect slave. We Negroes, Latinos, and even you Native Americans, not leaving you out, you're the perfect slave. Do you think that Islam would sit back? And let's just say that Islam went into slavery instead of us, just hypothetically speaking. Do you think the Arabs would take the white man's, BS? No, it would be, dirty bombs and backpacks, al-Mustaf, Allah Akbar, boom. Do you think not even the so-called white man would take the other white man's crap? He ain't gonna put up with it. But when it comes to us, we're ready to go to church and grab a picket sign and march and beg for freedom, beg for liberty. Now, how are you going to get that from the person that keeps violating you and gains and make a profit off your degradation and poverty? Why would he? Why would he stop? Like I've said this before in the other videos, if a hamburger place makes its majority of its money off hamburger meat, why in the world would he quit slaughtering cows? Because it's profitable. And you're profitable. You're profitable whether you're in the grave for your organs, whether you're incarcerated for your body being in a concrete cotton field, or just off your raw talent. Either three ways they're going to steal from you and profit off of you. So why keep violating you? He can't afford for you to be equal. He can't afford for you to have a fair, even playing, because you're going to show him up every time, and he knows this. But still, and yet before I close out, the question remains: why is it that we're so ready to die? We'll even put a tattoo on our face, our neck, back, legs, arms, fingers, toes, wherever, and claim that scent and die by it. But when Esau does something, we're just ready to march and go to church, ready to get right. Now all of a sudden we respect life and death. But when it's one another, we're ready to die. So I'm not, pushing anybody or telling anybody to go out and do nothing stupid. Don't go out and randomly kill a cop or kill a so-called white citizen. That's not what I'm saying. But you do have a right to defend yourself. No question about that. So I'm getting ready to close with that. I promise that it would be a fast video, straight to the point. With that being said, brothers and sisters, I am out.